Hundreds of students from our region have been taking part in a demonstration in London against planned increases in tuition fees.
The protest at the Tory party headquarters has become increasingly volatile. There's been a number of arrests and 8 people are believed to be in hospital. Our political correspondent Matthew Hudson has this report.
Ugly scenes outside Tory party HQ as a section of today's demonstration stormed the building. A police cordon had struggled and failed to keep them out as the violence worsened. We understand that a number of people managed to get into Conservative HQ and have been causing damage. We don't yet know whether they were students or agitators attracted by what's going on here. One thing's certain, though, this is not representative of the demonstration as a whole, and student leaders have been quick to condemn those who've done it. All a far cry from the noisy but good-natured start to the day, as students from all over our region and the country gathered to show their opposition to proposed fee increases.
I think there's anger, disappointment, and frankly, I think most of us are sickened by the suggestions.
It had been an early start for many. More than 400 protesters had set off from Anglia Ruskin University in Cambridge alone. Students claim increasing fees up to £9,000 a year will prevent many young people going to university, while budget cuts will hamper their education. As the march passed Parliament, the issue dominated Prime Minister's questions. Lib Dem leader Nick Clegg, who pledged to fight fees before the election, was standing in for David Cameron.
He received a request to address the crowds, and as yet no response has been received. Perhaps I can give the opportunity to give such a response now.
Yeah. What I hope he will do when he joins the demonstrators is first explain what on earth his party's policy is. We have a policy, he has no policy, no plan, and is giving no hope to future generations of students.
The coalition's arguments don't impress students.
There's no doubt that students are extremely angry about this subject, and so are other people. How much effect that has on the government is debatable.
We don't think it's okay for education to become elitist. Should be open to all.
By mid-afternoon, at least 8 people had been taken to hospital in some of the worst violence seen in Westminster since the poll tax riots. Matthew Hudson, Anglia News, Westminster.
And if there's an update on that story, we'll have it in our late bulletin at 10:30 this evening. Now, the celebrity chef from Essex, Jamie Oliver, has met the Health Secretary Andrew Lansley over planned cuts to school dinners.
It was a 2008 campaign by Oliver that led to the school lunch grant being introduced, but that now looks like being scrapped as the government tries to reduce spending.
Well, it's raised concerns about the future health of our children, particularly as a number of schemes that encourage youngsters to get active are also facing the chop, as Tom Barton now reports.
You wouldn't have thought a few lines painted on a school playground would cut the mustard with today's kids. But it seems that it does.
It makes our playtimes more enjoyable to play, and we find more ideas for games and stuff.
Where we used to just play a general game with it, now we sort of use the markings to sort of stay on them, so it sort of makes the game harder.
This school in Wickford, Essex is one of 15 in the county which has been part of a research project to see if supplying equipment and training to schools leads to kids becoming healthy through play.
I think the work with the teachers, lunchtime supervisors and with the children has helped them understand movement, has developed their movement, and they feel much more confident in a physical domain now. So there's a lot more activity going on, not just in schools but beyond it as well.
This project is unique because it's been paid for not by the school or the education authority but the local primary care trust. Their thinking is that a few pounds spent on these children now could save hundreds, if not thousands, on obesity-related treatments in future.
But the future of projects like this one is looking uncertain. South West Essex Primary Care Trust spent £3.2 million on this scheme, but government spending on sport in schools is now facing cuts. 450 school sports partnerships, which aim to encourage more participation in school sports, are being abolished.
The real losers will be the children, both in the short term and the long term, because whilst people are employed to deliver this, what the majority of them are passionate about sport, and what they're keen to see is the legacy that people talk about, Olympic legacy, a legacy of a school sports partnership where young people are continuing to benefit from the work that we do for the next 10, 20 years.
The money will now go directly to head teachers, but they say they can't guarantee it'll be spent on sport. The play scheme in Wickford is certainly proving popular with kids, but as the debate over government cuts continues, it seems that school sport is proving to be one of the spending battlegrounds. Tom Barton, Anglia News, Wickford.